Hello everyone, this is Mayuki. In last video, we talked about the reputation and cooperation system in Second Galaxy. Today's video, I'm going to talk about problems about license exam that new players can't get through. Let me quickly master the key points, get licenses, unlock the slot, and enhance their ship's performance. First of all, before watching this video, you must watch the contents of the first and second parts, or you can't fully understand this video. The image on the screen, you can pause to watch it carefully. And before doing license exam, you should try to assemble your ship by yourself after watching this video to know how to make your own configuration to match your tactical objective. This is the only way to improve your game level. Then came to the game. Open the menu and click on the profile, and then you can choose licenses. First of all, it was written in the picture that you can drive ships in different nations by getting their license. Second, every license requires a research level, which you must meet before you can take the test. The third one is the exam panel. Notice the place where the text outlines the battlefield, what kind of place you're gonna be, what kind of enemy you're gonna face, and the tactics you're gonna use. And the side also has the recommended equipment. You better tap it to open the detail. For example, it recommends you to use heat resistance item. Don't take the kinetic resistance, because they are kind of similar. Also, I want to say its recommended tactics is not 100% effective, but you must use different methods according to the battlefield situation instead of copying my answer. Or when you encounter other enemies or players, you won't know how to do correctly. And then there's a safety icon, which means that if you blow up a ship in a mission, you don't have anything to lose. Your ship will be restored, but consumed ammo will not. So you can use it as a combat simulator, blowing up the ships for free to test and improve your ability of assembly. When you want to achieve a specific goal, you can quickly match the configuration you want. In addition, your implant, academy skill, research bonus, all of them can be reflected in the exam, which means that after a period of development of a game, your attributes have been improved. It will be easier to pass than you can pass at the beginning. However, you are not allowed to take your wingman in an exam. So these are the basics of the license test, and I'm gonna explain with the actual test video. Make sure you understand what I'm trying to say. First of all, let's talk about Battlecruiser Level 3, which most novices can't get through. The nation I choose here is RS, but the license test for each nation is pretty much similar, such as this Battlecruiser Level 3. Even if you're in another nation, you'll find that your Battlecruiser Level 3 test is exactly the same mission. First up, on the right side, I take a look at it so I can get an outline of what's going on in this exam. It says there will be ships with laser weapon. That must be OE's ship. Then I look at the recommended equipment, a shield recharger and a heat dissipation screen, and I open up them all to buy them. And I turn to this submenu to see the attributes of the two battlecruiser of OE. You will find both of them have low kinetic resistance. So I have my ship use missile launcher. Why? Because missile has the most kinetic damage. And I change my ammo to sniper type. Notice that missile type is based on the ammo type instead of launcher. And about component, I choose to use missile damage amplifier and tracking enhancer. Why is this? Because we are attacking from long distance, and missile's velocity is slow, so it will be a lot of miss. I'm gonna use these to enhance the accuracy of missile, and a basic energy recovery augmenter in case of lacking of energy. Then we can go. When the enemy appears, I select them one by one and take a look at their ships. You will find that only one is OE's ship. It is their laser ship. Then I lock onto him, shorten the distance, and take a look at the range of my missile. It's not in the range yet. When it was almost there, we choose to depart to keep the distance. Now it's using the laser. We turn on the heat dissipation to lower the damage. The other two ships are hitting us, and we need to stay away from them too. Use my super device appropriately to increase fire. You will see that our missiles have a very clear track of passing, and also the word miss. This is why we need to bring a tracking component. Or there would be a lot of missiles missed completely and unable to cause damage. Start accelerating and increase distance further, and you'll see that it's mostly I'm hitting him, but he can't hit me. Then there was only one ship left. You could also decrease some damage by activating heat dissipation before we see its missiles hit us. Use super device to reactivate my weapons while they are all in CD, and you see it was easy to do. Next is the Cruiser level 4, because the set of enemies is very typical, which is a good sample to introduce a tactical device. Here we can go into the mission to see what the battlefield is like. You will find us surrounded by 3 artilleries that attack from great distance, and they'll give you the buff to decrease your velocity. It's also tough to pass if I use recommended item, so it is time to introduce a very magical item, Jump Flash Engine. It can make you move tens of kilometers away instantly just after a 10 seconds delay. Let's install it and go into battle camp. As soon as I came out, I'm surrounded by 3 artilleries, so we need to use the Jump Flash Engine immediately, quickly approach one of them, and you'll see that it stays for 10 seconds.
Auto combat activated. Target locked on. Auto combat deactivated.
And then jump to the enemy position. Here, I turn off the auto fire at first, then wait for the jump. Then turn it on after using the damage enhancer, or I will waste a round of CD time, and the weapon can't get the damage bonus. After blowing up one artillery, it becomes much easier. Just go straight to the second one, even though it will give us the velocity debuff, but the third one is very far from us, so this is the only one that can hit me, so I'm safe, cause I got shield recharger. Finally, the third one is just a matter of time. Jump Flash Engine is also a very common item in PvP. It can quickly shorten the distance when you're a short-range weapon. The enemy have long range, but also can quickly leave the enemy when you need to escape. And the next is Destroyer level 5. This should be the most difficult of these battles, because there are too many enemies and there are different types of enemies. You can see that tips allow us to destroy enemies that will interfere with us first. When I actually entered the exam, I found that the number of enemies was very large. I didn't die because the energy dissipated, but died because the number of enemies. At this point, I can't follow the game's recommendations, because even if you bring energy recovery, it's not that useful in this fight. So in addition to the shield generator, I added 2 more shield recharger to make up for the CD of the shield generator. After I finished the first round attack, when my shield was exhausted and my energy was running low, I opened up strategic view to see where the enemy and keep away from both sides of them. The purpose of this is to restore my energy and shield, to restore the CD of my shield generator, and during this time, enemy can't hit us. Here I accelerate the video, and by the time I'm fully recovered, I choose to go in the battle again. At this time, there was only 3 enemies. Pressure was much lower than it had been at the beginning, and my equipment was all cooled down. Use super devices to quickly kill an enemy. From the strategic view, you will find that you can see what's going on and you can control your ship without back to the normal view. So slowly, through 2 rounds of attack, I passed the license test. If you go straight into the enemy fleet, as I did the first time, you will still be killed even if you have 2 shield generators. This is the importance of retreating in time. In conclusion, the license test is not really a test of how you are good at ship control, but more a test of your config, the use of tactical items, and the ability of adjusting your config according to the tactical objectives. Passing the license test requires not the control of your hand, but the thoughts in your mind. In this way, through the basic license test, you can be in the actual battle to skillfully use all kinds of knowledge to achieve your goal. Alright, this is today's video. If it helps you, please like and subscribe. This is Mayuki and see you next time.